How can you easily lose belly fat without going on a diet? Well, I'm going to cover the exact strategy that I personally use and have developed over the last decade when it comes to losing fat effectively without going on a diet. This is the same system that we are using on our Fat Loss Forever program and have helped over 400 9-to-5ers and professionals lose fat, get lean, and improve their overall health and performance. Before we get into things, my name's Andrew Marsham. I've helped over 400 9-to-5ers get lean, get in the best shape of their life, and ultimately live a higher quality of life. Now, this quick backstory on myself here. This is what happens when you diet, and this is what I used to do every single year leading up to summer. I would starve myself for 12 weeks in the lead up to summer. Then I would go on holiday. There would be a massive binge or a massive purge, and then I would end up fatter than I was before, eating less than I was before. So I was bloated around the stomach. I had an extra layer of belly fat that I didn't want. It just wasn't pleasant to have. And this is what was happening, and this is why it was happening. So here we have two things. Let me try a different color here. Oh, don't want that. So we have calories and we have metabolism here. Now, this is what happens when you go on a diet, in quotation marks. Now, a diet is just the food you eat. That is not necessarily a fat loss phase. So here we have the red line is calories. So I would plummet my calories here. And of course, because I'm losing weight, getting leaner, weighing less, my metabolism is going to come down with it. Your body's essentially going into controlled starvation. So it slows its metabolism down in order to try and survive. Now, that slows down to almost match the calories. And at this point, you'll still be losing fat because there's a gap here. But what happens when I go back to the binging and I can't stick to the diet anymore? Well, I go on this binge cycle. But because metabolism is slower to adapt and change, my calories end up right back up here, maybe even worse than they were before. As you can see, this is actually worse off. And my metabolism is still down here. So in this part here, because my metabolism's, let's say this, my metabolism's maybe now operating at 1,500 calories, and I'm consuming 2,200 calories. Well, I'm gaining weight at a rate of 700 calories per day. Now, there's 3,500 calories roughly in a pound, so that would be about a pound every 5 days of body fat, which actually translates to more weight gain. Now, I then go back into starvation mode. So I drop my calories to the floor. I start losing weight again when my calories get below my metabolism. But this vicious cycle continues. And this gap gets wider every time. This is why, let's say this is 2,400 calories this time, because I'm even more hungry. And this is 13. I've now got a gap of 1,100 calories. So this is why fat loss becomes more and more difficult the more times you diet incorrectly, that is. There's studies linking the amount of diets to how obese and overweight an individual is. The more times you diet, the more you're overweight. And this is the exact reason why. So this is why you need to get away from diets and start focusing on a lifestyle that's actually going to serve you long term, which is what we create for our clients. And some of our students have done that really well. So we have Scott here on the left, we've got Pavel here on the right, and we've also got two Scots here today. They are all people who struggled with nutrition before. They had consistency around training. So Scott had some consistency around training. Pavel was the same. He was stuck at the same weight for 15 years. And Scott down here, he trained 5 to 6 times a week, but could not get the nutrition right at all. So what did we do? We got his nutrition right, stopped him from going on a diet, and actually gave him something that he could stick to. And lo and behold, 17 kilos later for Scott, 15 kilos later for Pav, and 18 kilos later for the other Scott. And they now have a process and a lifestyle that can lose fat and help them get in shape the rest of their life. So again, it pays when you actually look out and get a process that you can genuinely stick to and enjoy. So how do you lose that stubborn belly fat? Like this is the stubborn belly fat around here. That Pav, you can see, he's obviously done that well. So has Scott, and again, Scott also. He's lost a decent amount of weight from his waist here. So how do you get those stubborn areas off? Well, let me scroll down to the bottom and take you to my pool here. So this is a swimming pool. Now, each time you scoop out water from a swimming pool, you cannot really influence where you take it out. if you take it from here, the water just levels itself out again. Well, let me actually change this to a white pen so it looks better. But the water just levels itself out again. You take some out, this happens. You can't really specifically target where you're actually taking the water from. This is like fat loss. In order to get the stubborn belly fat off, all of the water has to come out the pool. There are no magic tricks. I know this is a terrible drawing of a swimming pool. There are no magic tricks. There are no supplements. There is nothing on the face of the earth that's going to help you lose stubborn belly fat first. It is stubborn for a reason. It's the last to come off, especially in males. So you need to take all of the water out the pool. So here's how you take all of the water out the pool. There are two important factors. Oh, that's me, my pen's still too big. There are two important factors when it comes to fat loss. Let me use a bit of colour here. Two important factors, and they are calories are king and protein comes second. No two approaches to fat loss have ever been proven more superior to another when calories and protein are equated. If there was a process out there that everyone who tried it lost fat 100% of the time and got results on 100% of the time and was able to maintain it 100% of the time, do you think you would know about it? Of course you would. It does not exist. There is no perfect approach. What is important are calories and protein. You then have to figure out the rest. So if you enjoy carbs, have more carbs. If you enjoy more fat, have more fat. You then have to, there are only three things you can have in a diet: protein, carbs, and fat. Everything you consume or eat or drink is made up of those three things. They are called macronutrients. So these are the only three things you need to focus on. So this is the formula that I use in order to get people started on a fat loss forever program. And again, is this perfect? No. Is it good? Yes. I wouldn't be telling you if it wasn't. This is the formula for a 200-pound meal. So you take your body weight in pounds and times it by 12. So you get 2,400. I should have put calories here. 2,400 calories per day. That's going to be roughly in the ballpark for fat loss. Is that hugely scientific or very specific to this individual? No, it's a ballpark for a reason. You take body weight and times it by 1. And this is your protein amount per day. So this is 200 grams of protein and 2,400 calories. This is a starting point for fat loss for a male. How do you get the stubborn belly fat off? Well, you slowly decrease calories over time and you slowly increase activity over time. And this approach, with these two taken into account, is what's going to get that last stubborn layer of belly fat off. You must be able to stick to the process and enjoy it. Because then when you get the body fat off, or that stubborn area of belly fat off around your waist, you're not going to have to worry about putting it back on again. Now, is this the only way to get fat, to lose fat, and get lean? No. Is it the best way? Maybe. I don't know. Everyone is different. You're different to John from work. You're different to Stephen from the office. You're different to everyone and every human out there. You have different likes, different dislikes, a different schedule, different family environment. This is simply a framework to get started. This is a starting point. It's nothing more than that. You then have to tweak, adjust, and improve that process over time. So each time you hit a plateau, you're going to do one of two things. You're going to increase your step count by 20%. Or you're going to decrease your calories by 200 per day. And that's it. If you follow this framework and do that, you will lose every last bit of belly fat that you have. Simple. Keep it straightforward, keep it simple, and you get results. If you're struggling when it comes to fat loss and you want some help on actually implementing this, then just comment the words "get fit" below and I'll send you an application form across for our Fat Loss Forever program. We do not work with everyone. Straight up. You may not even get on the call. I'll just be completely honest. We only have calls with qualified individuals who we genuinely believe that we can help. If you could potentially benefit from help, support, structure, guidance, you're motivated, you don't need a pep talk to get to the gym, then comment the words "get fit" below. And I'll send maybe an application form across if this is something you want to pursue. But if not, no stress. Implement this, you'll get results. Hopefully enjoy this video. If you're watching on YouTube, please remember to like and subscribe for more future videos. And again, leave a comment. Let me know what you would like to see next from me. What's your main goal right now? Is it fat loss? Is it muscle gain? Is it overall, just retention and recomposition? Drop a comment below, and I'll speak to you soon.